What's up, everyone? This is Mr. Blackson from Team BlackSmith. Welcome to my channel. Oh, you see that title, the Bull Armory SAS II TAC 5-inch, upgraded by DSC Gunworks, is on deck, so stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the range footage. Now 3 months ago I did a review on my SAS II 5-inch model and I was extremely impressed. So I'm going to drop the link to that review in the description. So if you haven't checked it out already, go check it out. I'm telling you, hands down, Bull Armory did their thing for this new TAC model going into 2024. Now I didn't get the opportunity to get the ported model, the Pro, but I did see this as an opportunity to send this off to DSC Gunworks that have Dave do his thing. So Dave did the porting, and I sat back and thought for a little while, what other upgrades could I get done to my TAC model? Now, I thought about my SAS II Air, one of the original models from Bull Armory, and I want to pay homage to this overall design with the window cuts, the gold tin. And I'm telling you, Dave knocked this one out of the park. So big ups to Dave for seeing my vision with these upgrades and modifications. I'm telling you, Dave just does amazing work. And the ports, the people that have the factory ports, and the people that have the ports done by DSC Gunworks and anybody else that does great porting work, I see why they were bragging on the ports. I mean, the TAC model with the ports, the TAC Pro, is just, I'm speechless when I shoot this. As you can see from the range footage, this thing is a TAC driver. It's the softest, flattest shooting 2011 I ever shot next to my Atlas Erebus, and that's saying a lot. So right now, this Bull Armory is now, and I can easily say this with no hesitation, #2 in my collection, only second to the Atlas Erebus. And that's saying a lot because pretty much I have pretty much all the best 2011s in my collection. And I'm telling you, I lied to you not. The Bull Armory with the ports, hands down, ranks up there with some of the best, and coming in at this price point, ridiculous. This is insane. This is #2 in my collection now, so empty, all clear. And as you can see, you know what? We're going to go right to the tabletop review. I'm going to show you all the little details of what Dave from DSC Gunworks did to my TAC model. I mean, I'm just floored and sometimes speechless when I talk about it. And I'm sitting there looking at it over and over again. I'm just so so amazed at what Dave did with this, and also what Bull Armory put into this 2024 model. All right, so quick tabletop review. Then I'm going to come back with my thoughts and opinions on this new model, and more or less some of the pros and cons when it comes to this Bull Armory. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, quick tabletop review of my Bull Armory SAS II TAC full 5-inch bull barrel. Beautiful work done by Dave. So I'm just going to some of the upgrades that he did But before we get started, all clear, safety check, nothing in the chamber, working in a safe and controlled environment. All right, so as you can see aesthetically, Dave did an amazing job with the gold tin on the barrel. Of course, the porting, all the small parts here, even the extractor. Beautiful work done by Dave, and of course, the magwell pin there. Now the trigger itself, I got that from Bull Armory because it's plastic, so Dave cannot do any coating on the plastic. So very easily change out the modular trigger. So purchase that directly from Bull Armory, and just taking out the travel pin and able to pop this right out and just pop the new one right in. So very easily done, and just insert the over travel pin, make the slight adjustment, and of course trigger pulls coming in around 3 pounds. Nice reset, nicely done. Now, my original review, I'll drop that link in the description. So a lot of the stuff I won't go over. I just want to highlight some of the upgrades done by DSC Gunworks. And as you can see aesthetically, very nicely done. So let's take her apart and let's get an up close look at the work that Dave did to the SAS II TAC model. All right, dropping pin there with a guide rod. Not too upset with that. Easily comes out. Take out the barrel. All right, so first let's look at the barrel. No matter how many times I clean this, dirt always seems to come off. I mean, I may have to get a subsonic clean on this, but beautiful work done by Dave. As you can see, the porting, very nicely done. And this is the original barrel from Bull Armory, and look at the work he done on the barrel. Put the TBS Team BlackSmith tag on there, of course 9mm, and just the machining done on this is so well done, well executed. So big ups to DSC Gunworks, very nicely done. And of course he just went crazy with the gold tin coloring on the guide rod and everything. So beautiful work. Now I did see a little thing here. I'm not sure if it was laying wrong when he was doing the coating on it. But of course, there's always going to be a little bit of wear in some parts. But that's the only thing I found to not be coated properly. But everything else around it, very nicely done. So no real complaints there. And as you can see, all the other small parts done by Dave, nicely done. Now for the trigger, of course, plastic, had to pop that out and put that in with the over travel pin. So, but everything else, Dave did an absolutely amazing job on. And let's get into the window cuts. Very clean, very nicely done. Extraordinary work. As you can see there, get it close enough. And of course, these are already factory cut here for these windows for the ports. But you can see the extractor pin, also in the gold tin color. Very nicely done, Dave. Now, the only issue I came across, so I'm going to try to go over this very carefully. Now, I got the Bob Marl cut over the disconnector by Dave. Now, this is the weird thing. Now, I always like to have Bob Marl cut on all my guns. It makes the action a whole lot smoother. But let's get into the magazines. So here is the original TAC model magazine. Like I said, when I first got this out to the range and started shooting it, every last round, the slide would not move the last round into the chamber. It was gliding over top of it. That was the weirdest thing. But when I used the original mags from the SAS II Air, the very first mags put out by Bull Armory, no issue. It's working perfectly fine in the TAC model. fits very easily. Here's the original. Fits. Now, I couldn't understand why it was just sliding over that last round, not engaging it. So I looked closely at the original mags from the SAS II Air, and the window here was slightly wider or cut down deeper, exposing more of the ammo or the round that the slide would engage with to chamber it. This one's slightly cut a little bit higher than the original one. So what I did was match the cut here on the SAS II Air, and I milled this down with a file to make it about even. So now these mags, the original ones from the TAC, works just as well as the original one from the SAS II Air. So now more of the round is exposed where the slide engages it and chambers it. So that was just the weirdest thing. I'm sure it's unforeseen by Dave. I didn't even consider that the mags were slightly different when it came to the openings here. So now I have the same amount of bullet being exposed, or the ammo being exposed, for both the SAS II Air mag and also the TAC mags. So hope I explained that one, but trust me, I checked the springs and everything else, and these are brand new mags. So like I said, before I got the work done, everything was working fine. But as soon as I got the Bob Marvel cut over the disconnector, the original mags did not work, so that's why I had to do a little milling, sand this down to expose more of the round so the slide could chamber that. So I would not recommend getting the Bob Marvel cut over the disconnector, or the Action Job Service by anyone, not just mentioning DSC Gunworks, but by anyone. I don't think Bull Armory took in consideration that they made some adjustments to their magazines, to the TAC magazines, that's different from the original magazines from the SAS II Air models or their earlier models. So that is my only weird, it's not a gripe, it's just one of those things that just happens. So did some milling, like I said, it works fine now. All the mags work fine. Weirdest thing, that the SAS II Air mags, they do not lock back. For some reason, they do not lock back. That's the only difference between these two. It should lock back, but it doesn't. So, all right. Other than that, that is my quick tabletop review. Again, the link to my original review before these upgrades and modifications, the link's in the description. And man, I gotta tell you, the overall experience with these upgrades, and especially just the porting, not even the gold tin, all the coloring, the gold color, but just the TAC model itself with the ports. I mean, this is the year of the Bull. Bull Armory definitely stepped their game up with this 2024 TAC model. Hands down, probably one of the best double stack 1911s out there. And I'll have a revelation for you, which may be a little shocking, with my final thoughts and review on the TAC model. All right, so very nicely done. All right, so that is it for my quick tabletop review. So final thoughts and opinions on the Bull Armory SAS II TAC. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, tabletop review is done. So my final thoughts and opinions on my TAC 5-inch model. And I'm telling you, I am not disappointed, regardless of the cons with the double undercut on the trigger guard and the unforeseen problem with the Action Job Service, or the cut over the disconnector, that's causing an issue with the magazine. So I don't think Dave could have foreseen the issues where I had to make modifications to the magazines. But other than that, I put that on myself for just those weird things that's happening. I could put the finger on Bull Armory, but who knows? But again, this is an amazing build by Bull Armory, hands down. I mean, it pushes all the other ones down, even the Alien, even the Phoenix Trinity HTAC, of course, my one and only Staccato XC. It's just that well built and designed. I'm telling you, I'm speechless every time I talk about this being my second best in my collection. It really is. I mean, it's yes, it is the second best in my collection, and without a doubt, do you need all these upgrades? No, you don't. Do you need the porting to make this thing like the top of its class? Yes, get the porting done. I mean, there is more room for probably 4 more ports, 2 on each side, but I won't go insane with that. Ports already done. It shoots amazing. But, whew, man. This is something. Hold on, give me a minute. Yes, Bull, Armory, you did it. You did it. You got me sold. I mean, I thought the SAS II was great. And of course, your race guns are amazing. This one just embodies both of them. And I'm telling you, if you don't have a Bull Armory TAC model, go out there, purchase one. I mean, it's priced just right. You can't beat the price. And just getting the porting done, if you can't get the TAC Pro, buy the TAC, send this out to DSC Gunworks, get the porting. If you really want to hook it up, just tell Dave what you want, and I'm telling you, he will do his thing. Dave is a artiste. I mean, Dave is something else. So big ups to Dave for doing an amazing job. And that's all I got for tonight. I'm telling you, this is just one of those reviews where, I'm just taken back a little. After all these years of collecting, I never thought the Bull Armory would reach this high up in my collection. By far, 2024 is Bull Armory's year. All right, so that's all I got for tonight. So as always, like, share, subscribe, join the team, Team BlackSmith, Mr. Blackson. I'm out.